evening, everybody. Welcome to McDougall Fieldhouse on the campus of the River School in Western Massachusetts. Getting ready for a boys high school varsity hockey match between the Dover-Sherborn Western Raiders and the Dedham Marauders. I'm Scott Martin alongside
Bradley Crandall.
We got Cam Crandall on camera.
Yes, pleasure to bring you guys the game tonight. Should be a good one, Scott.
These two teams met earlier in the year. I think DS Weston came away with a 3-2 victory, so looking for another tight checking affair. Both teams getting some last-minute coaching over by their benches. Looks like it's going to be Griffin Sipp in net tonight for DS Weston. And Nick Cotto.
There's a good amount of fans here, too.
Yeah. It's the kind of building where any kind of noise resonates. Very loud here inside McDougall Fieldhouse as we get ready for the opening face-off. Dedham wins it, works the puck up the right wing, flips it in the zone. Hamlet's back for it. DS Weston works the puck around the net and out of the zone, but Dedham collects it at center ice, fires it right back in. Papille back there with Hamlet. They play catch behind the net. Papille coming up the left wing. Connects with Burke at center ice. Burke going 2-on-3, just fires the puck in. He and Sacco in on the forecheck.
All right, missed on that pass.
And icing is the call. So it'll be a face-off back in the Dedham zone.
Pretty good tempo so far here, Scott. Can definitely feel the energy in the air.
Yeah, both teams coming out of the gate skating fast. Braden McKenna, the freshman, now out there centering his line.
Wins the draw. Nice quick shot.
That shot just fired wide by Hinckley, his fellow freshman on the varsity. Martin is the other player on that line. Martin for McKenna. He loses the puck. Dedham fires it back in. Doyle out there on the forecheck. Now it goes behind the net.
Nice breakout here.
Fired in by Martin.
Sam Hinckley going in.
Hinckley with the chase, all by himself. Causing all kinds of havoc. Able to keep the puck in the zone momentarily. And now it's finally worked out over the blue line.
Yep, offsides delayed.
Sacco just firing that puck in. DS able to keep it in at the line. Connor Burke with a nice play. Finally worked out, but now fired back in. Everybody touches up for DS Weston. Kicked in at the point, but unable to work it down in deep. But now it's finally worked out by Dedham. DS Weston coming right back. Burke with the steal. Trying to win the puck back. Kept in at the line. Fired in, and Burke with a tip.
Yeah, that was close.
Wide of the net. Papille pinching in.
Nice check there, Sacco.
Papille digging way in deep from his defensive position. Trying to win the puck behind the net, does. Looking for help out front, centers it. Gets away from him, and now Dedham's got a 2-on-1. Working in on McEwen, they work it out in front, but they fire it over the net.
So, that was a great opportunity there for Dedham.
Dedham right back in over the blue line. Sarnblad can't clear it out.
Yeah,
takes hammered. A heavy check.
From a heavy guy. It's a big boy, number 10 out there, Kevin Cronin.
McEwen's clear up, it's not going to be icing. Max Neat's going to get there first, centers it. No one can get a stick on it. Both teams flying up and down the ice. Here comes Dedham. Get over the blue line with a shot that goes wide. Garzone playing that behind the net. DS Weston able to work it up and out.
Oh, nice play there from Roman.
Now Garzone tries to connect with Sarnblad. Puck comes to Neat. Neat fires it in. DS Weston looking for a line change. Hinckley's in the corner.
Yeah, Hinckley has great speed for a freshman. He's a player to watch. He's
McKenna.
number 19.
McKenna working the puck up. He's still got it. Martin going to the front of the net. Gets away from him and Hinckley. Bouncing puck. No one can get a stick on it. Now at the point. Fired in. Stick to side by the goalie.
Yeah, McKenna too. Another great freshman on this team.
Oh, puck comes to McKenna. He can't corral it for the wrist shot. Hinckley now. And McKenna along the boards. Dedham works the puck behind the net. Tries to come up the left wing. And they get past the point man. Now Papil's in a foot race.
Excellent defense there from Papil.
Sip got the pad down. Made that save.
Yeah, looks like Pat Jane is a little banged up from that play, number 11 on Dedham, coming to the bench now.
Dedham in back over the line.
Oh, what a rip.
And a quick wrist shot.
Yep, found the top right. Beat Goldstein.
Brendan Stam, the captain.
Oh, that's Sip in net. Apologies.
Big surprise Sip with the release and with the speed of the shot. Got over his glove arm. 1-0 Dedham. 10:31 left here in the first period. Burke wins the face-off and the puck. Now it's sticked away. Gets past
what a
Roman.
play here. This kid is good.
Oh, it was another shot
Right.
from the goal scorer and captain.
Yeah, that's Brendan Stam.
Yep.
Excellent player.
It's the line that started for Dedham. Puck still in the DS Weston end. Doyle in on the forecheck. Unable to work it out. Now Roman's got it behind his net. Puck is worked up and finally out over the blue line.
Out of play.
That puck accidentally up and over the glass. It'll be a face-off. This is high school hockey. The referee wants the puck back. Fans obliging.
Prices of pucks have gone up.
Doyle on the draw for Dedham. One back. Stapleton back to get it. He works it up to his right wing. Puck batted around at center ice. Papil gets a stick on it and fires it in and down. No icing. Dedham coming up their right wing. McEwen pinches in. Neat is there. Puck's now behind the net. Stapleton again. Tries the other side. Finds the point man. Rifled in but hit a defenseman. Papil again with a wrist shot from the point. Save by Cotto. And this time the clear gets past the point, but it will be icing.
I like the pressure from that line there, Scott.
Yeah.
You know? Came in, put a lot of pressure on.
It's good forechecking line. They keep the puck in the zone and they keep Papil a couple opportunities from the point.
Yep.
Now Garzone looking to get a clean draw from McKenna. Does. Garzone with a shot.
Oh!
Trickles in front. Martin with trying to finish.
Hey!
The puck is in the net. McKenna and Martin combining on that one. Not sure who finally knocked it in, but DS Weston gets on the board.
Yeah, I think that was the freshman, Braden McKenna.
Slid in under the pads of Cotto.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, he is quite the freshman to look out for.
Great wrist shot, left-handed.
Yeah. The kid buries.
Line still out there. 1-1 the score, 9:03 left in the first period. Dedham wins that face-off and works the puck up nicely up into the zone. Roaming around. Gets past Hinckley.
Ooh.
Rifled in from the point, but goes wide of everybody. Garzone fighting for it. Martin. Dedham's all over it. Back to the point. Rifled in from the point. Nice save by Sip. Now Martin's got it and he's able to clear the zone. Unable to connect with Hinckley. Team's fighting for it near the blue line. Now Roman's going to circle behind his net. Oh, gives it away right behind the net. Fired out in front. Nice back check there from McKenna.
Oh, a lot of traffic in front.
Another big wrist shot from Keogh at the point that goes wide of everybody. If it gets that on net, it's going to be dangerous. Fired in again by Dedham. Hamblett trying to work it up. McKenna finally does, but it goes into the bench.
Into the coach's hand.
Right now, the bad thing is DS Weston's probably looking to make a line change.
Yeah, looked like they could have used one, so that worked out. 8:01 to go. 1-1 here on the score sheet.
Back to the point, fired in wide. Sip with the save. Popeil behind the net. With Roman. But Dedham wins it. Circling out. Left wing circle.
Oh,
looking for a play out front. He gets a shot off. Quick counterattack here from DS Weston that's thwarted. Now the puck is on the stick of Connor Burke. Can't quite work it up to either of his wingmen. Here comes Dedham in over the line again. That dangerous wrist shot from Stam. He goes to make that move. Goes to his left and rips that shot off. Here comes Burke.
Yep.
3-on-2 for the moment.
Good pass. Oh.
Down into the corner. Gets away from Burke. No one at the point as the defensemen for DS Western were changing. Now the lines are changing. Here comes Dedham. They fire that puck in. Sip corrals it, and he's just going to hold on to it for a face-off.
Yeah, Brendan Stam has that quick wrist shot. Sip made that nice save on him, but DS got to be wary about that thing.
He's created 3 great scoring opportunities for himself already in the first period. One of them turned into a goal.
Yep.
1-1, 6:59 left in the first period. Garzone fighting for it. Goes behind the net. McEwen's going to track it down. Works it up the left wing, out and up, and indication from the referee that it went out of play. It's going to be a face-off back in the DS zone. Or maybe it was an icing call, and he just knew it right away. Dedham in control of the puck, trying to work it out in front.
Yep, nice poke check there from Max Neat.
Sarnblad now bounces it off the leg of Carruthers, but it was still icing. McKenna lines back out there. He's in the wrong face-off dot. DS Weston controls the draw. Martin centers it for McKenna. McKenna wide for Hinckley. Back to McKenna.
Look at this kid.
Flying in over the line. Being checked. Now being double teamed. Teammates are over there to help. Puck gets still kept in. Not past the point. Now it's past the point. And here comes Stam again.
Yeah, excellent poke check there.
McEwen with some great defense. Puck worked around. Barnes going to collect it on the left wing. Fires it up and it's going to find McKenna. McKenna and all kinds of traffic just rifles the puck in as lines change. Hinckley chases it in though. He's forechecking, looking for help. He's got Burke in front. Puck worked around to the point. Popeil's there. Back to Burke. Burke with a wrist shot. It's deflected. Off into the corner. Puck is centered, but nobody's there. Puck back to the point. Can't be kept in. By Hamblett. Fired back in as everybody clears. Burke racing in for it. Wins the race.
Look at that. He did like an intimidating move there. Looked like he was going to barrel through.
Backhanded up and out nicely by Dedham. No icing.
Oh, a little turnaround back there on defense from Hamblett.
Hamblett with a nice move. Puck still in the zone though.
It's going to be a foot race here. Oh, wipes out. Yeah, I think Finn Mayer might need to get a stone on his skates. I don't know.
Here comes Neat. Fires the puck down into the corner. Neat, Chang, and Sarnblad. The line. This puck's centered. Oh, nice back checking by Sarnblad.
That was great.
Picked the pocket of the Dedham centerman who was looking to make a play. Now Dedham just fires it in. Garzone in after it. Puts on a move. Comes to Sarnblad. No one racing onto that centering pass.
Ooh, just missed on the hip check.
Garzone pulls it off the boards nicely. Now it's worked up the right wing. And now connects with Sarnblad. He's got Neat racing in the front of the net.
Oh, excellent defensive play there from Ko.
Keogh with a nice stick check on Neat. Tied him up. Now Chang trying to do something with the puck. Eventually gets centered and cleared by Dedham. 3:59 left in the first period. 1-1 the score. Up and down action. Both teams playing well, making plays, setting each other up. Puck now behind the net. Garzone showing some speed. The sophomore racing up to center ice. Finds McKenna. McKenna through a crowd. He gets dumped. Puck's still dangerously bouncing out in front of the Dedham net, but back to the point. Hinckley keeps it in. Martin fighting for it along the right wing boards. Puck somehow fired into the goal. He makes a save. Now Dedham trying to clear it. Oh, McEwen almost kept that in, but didn't. Everybody touching up. Hinckley racing back in on the forecheck. Steck back for Dedham. Working around the right wing for Reynolds. He's tied up by Martin. Not much happening. There's a pile of players here along the boards, including Monahan from Dedham.
Look at this.
Referee's refusing to blow the whistle. Finally comes free. This guy's looking to get home early, I guess. 2:46 left in the first. Popeil checking behind the net. This is going to get picked up by Hinckley. He circles his net. Sline's going to make one more rush.
Is speedy.
McKenna going to the bench, but Hinckley carries into the zone. Gets taken out of the play nicely by the Dedham D.
Hey, he took out a defender too.
Burke, Popeil fighting for the puck. Now Stam, but he's all alone.
Yeah, that was a nice poke check to get the puck away from him. We do not want to see him with the puck.
Nope. Burke now, almost connects with Marr. Gets away from him deep into the zone. Garzone fires that puck back in, but Doyle gets a glove on it.
Yeah, Connor Burke slightly confused of what that call was.
If they're saying he closed his hand over the puck or what happened, but we're going to have a face-off just outside the Dedham zone.
Yeah, maybe a delayed offsides.
Whistle was blown by the referee at center ice.
Yeah, that's strange actually. Because if it was an offside, it would be on the other side of the ice.
Burke on the draw. Dedham works it out of his zone.
Nice check there from Burke. Ooh.
High stick.
Yeah, number 9, Gavin Keogh, the captain defender there on Dedham, hasn't been letting too much get by him.
That infraction is going to result in a face-off down in front of Cotto to his left. Burke on the draw. Unable to win it. Dedham was sitting around to the point, but it's kept in there by Garzone successfully.
Right.
Fired back in behind the net. Here's Burke. Oh, a little nifty move to get around a defender. He's still got the puck. He's looking for help, trying to center it.
He is nifty. Like Connor Burke.
Corbin.
Ooh.
Sorry, Keogh coming into the zone, trying to look to make a play.
You
Oh,
can't get it by this guy.
No.
Great hand and eye coordination.
Yeah, the stick finds the puck.
All right.
Whistle now. We're going to have a face-off down in the DS Weston zone. McKenna on the draw with Monahan. Monahan worked back to the point for Steck. Steck lets it rip. Saved by Sip. Rebound out in front, but sticked away nicely by Popeil.
Yep.
Dedham still in possession, trying to work it back to the other point. Stapleton behind the net. Hamblett trying to win the puck. McKenna's checking in deep. He's now behind his own net. Coming up the left wing, I think it's Martin. McKenna. Now it's Hinckley.
The head
Puck
coach
comes to Martin.
has a lot of faith in these freshman kids.
They're buzzing all over the ice tonight.
Yeah, they sure are.
Hinckley with a terrific shot. Nice save by Cotto. Seems like whenever one of them loses the puck, there's another one right behind him to pick it up. Up high off the glass. Puck gets past Steck. Carruthers. And McKenna can't win it. Now Hamblett just fires it in.
Yeah, they got those young motors. They just don't get tired easily.
Garzone flicks it in. Knocked down by the Dedham defense. Sarnblad delayed offside. Still delayed offside.
End of the first period.
Period expires.
Yep, score being 1-1.
We'll be back with live second period action when it resumes.
I'm Senator Ed Markey, and I want to talk to you today about something that's really important to communities all across Massachusetts, and that's cable access television stations, public, educational, and government channels, also known as PEG, give viewers critical information about what's going on in their communities, and they offer an important platform for every local resident to have their voice heard. From Falmouth to Framingham, from Pittsfield to Provincetown, local access television serves as our 21st century town squares where the issues of the day are discussed and people's voices can be heard. With 220 PEG organizations in Massachusetts alone producing anywhere from 20 to 100 hours per week of programming for each one of those stations, these channels connect us to our communities and they enrich our lives. These channels monitor local city council meetings. They receive the latest news from nearby college campuses. They relay critical emergency alerts. And throughout this ongoing pandemic, local access channels are using their reach into our living rooms to help keep us safe and connected. From sharing updates and information on COVID-19 in each individual community, to streaming virtual graduation ceremonies and concerts, we owe our PEG stations a tremendous debt of gratitude for the public service they provide during this difficult time. But despite their service, these critical community television stations are at risk. In 2019, the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, proposed a new rule that would change the regulations, and it will allow cable companies to shirk their obligations to the communities where they operate. Every single community in Massachusetts. Because you see, currently, local governments are allowed to require cable companies to meet demonstrated community needs by providing contributions that benefit schools, public safety buildings, and community television stations. Yet the FCC's proposal would allow cable companies to assign a value to public access channels and then subtract that amount and the value the company places on any other in-kind contributions it makes from the normal fees that company owes. In short, the community stations are left carrying an unfair burden, an unjust burden, at a time when local newspapers and other sources of local information are struggling. Now is the time when we should be exploring ways to expand, not subtract, from ways that residents can learn about their communities. This access to information is worth protecting. And that's why I am reintroducing the Protecting Community Television Act legislation that would ensure that community television channels receive the resources they need to educate, to inform local residents. My bill will ensure that in this era of increased media consolidation and globalization, that the public, educational, and government channels that lift up local voices, and air programming most relevant to you and your family's lives are preserved. The movement across Massachusetts and the country is growing and echoing this call. And together, we're saying loud and clear that community television must be preserved. So thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you to what the PEG channels do for every community every single day. We have to fight to protect it. It's at the heart of democracy. It's at the heart of ensuring that every voice has a way in the community to be heard. So I'm with you. Let's win this battle. Thank you for everything that you're doing.
Teams have retaken the ice for the start of second period action.
So far, it's been a good game. A lot of back and forth.
1-1 is the score. Chang line is out there for DS Weston, and action is back underway. DS Weston working the puck up, hits the linesman, but they get it out of the zone. Comes Stanman over the line, ever dangerous, centering out in front. Gets away from his wingman, now Sarnblad. Can't quite connect, but here comes Burke.
Ooh.
Oh, and that puck ricochets. Sorry, it's the Burke line that's out there. Burke digging for the corner in the corner with Sarnblad. Puck slowly rolls all the way down to the DS Weston end. Garzone there has all kinds of time. Dedham was changing lines, but his pass goes wide. Here's Dedham with a chance, can't get the shot off. Garzone trying to make up for his mistake with a check. And DS Weston able to clear the puck right down on the goaltender, no icing. McKenna line is out there now. Nice outlet pass from the D, up to the right wing. Here comes Doyle. Doyle gets dispossessed by Popeil. McEwen now trying to work the puck out of the zone, can't. Popeil's going to corral it behind his own net. Flicks off a Dedham player, but up and out. Steck is back to get it. He's being chased by Martin. Defensive partner helps him out now, and they're able to work it up and out of the zone. Hinckley checking there.
Great back check.
Away. Really nice back check from the freshman. Steck now back in his own zone. Almost gave it away to McKenna. But now he's able to work it up and out.
I think McKenna just wasn't even expecting it.
Yeah, I think he was a little surprised by the fact that he almost could have had that puck. Here he comes now. Nice pass, cross ice. Finds Hinckley.
Yeah.
But Hinckley put himself offside.
Yeah, I saw that McKenna was slightly offsides there.
And a whistle and a line change. Still 1-1.
Where do I watch that? Like, can I watch it on my phone? I mean, on my...
Yeah, we're this game will be rebroadcast on Dover-Sherborn cable television, DSC TV. So you can watch the game on the website, and often these things are posted on YouTube. Puck now cleared down into the DS Weston end. Garzone.
Oh, great pressure from Dedham.
Here's Stam operating in the corner, gets away from Chang, works it back to the point. Steck with a drive and a glove save.
What a snag there.
Sips on it all the way. Corralled that. Stam doing more damage here in the second period. He's on the face-off now. Puck is worked up, but not out. Dedham gets a shot off. Sails up over the net, out to the point. And Carruthers is able to get it up and out. Back to Carruthers on left wing. He loses it. All the way down in. It's going to get chased down by Garzone. 2-4 checkers in on him. He finds Carruthers with a nice pass.
Oh, gets creamed there.
Gets creamed in the corner. Neat behind the net checking. Carruthers is going to chase this down against the much bigger Cronin. Chang, Carruthers. Carruthers working on Cronin. Cronin works the puck behind his net nicely. Going to get picked up there by Keogh. Keogh puts it right on the stick of Chang, though.
And deflected out.
Chang, in an effort to bat it in behind the net, sails it over the glass. Good forechecking, though, from that line.
Absolutely.
Face-off outside the zone. Burke on the draw. Top line out there with Sacco and Marr.
Oh.
Almost a breakaway, but Popeil tracks that down. Nice play from Sacco. Now Marr fires it in. Carruthers is going to get there first. Sorry, Burke is going to get there first. Back to the point, fired in. Hamlet shot sticked aside by the goalie. Popeil pitching in. Marr, Popeil able to keep it in, but a whistle blows. And it came outside over the line. According to the referee. So an offside call, face off. Fans pounding on the glass. Burke, nice backhanded flip down into the zone. Dedham working it up and around, but Popeil is there to keep it in. Comes right to.
Yeah, deflected off of Stapleton.
Right to Sacco, and his shot got deflected wide of the net. Now it's Popeil behind his own net, fighting for the puck. Back there with Bogey. Bogey wins the puck. Can't quite center it, though. Nice defensive play by Popeil.
Yeah.
And then bats it up off the glass, but can't get it out. But it comes back to him, and he works the puck out. What a terrific play by Popeil. Now it comes almost to McKenna. Inches away from being in alone.
Yes.
Sacco bats that puck in behind the net.
More cream corn over there.
Oh, what a beautiful pass. Here's Laughter in alone. No call, says the referee, but he blows the whistle because the net is dislodged.
That was crazy. He flew right into Sip. So, he must have been tripped up.
Ryan Laughter in alone from the blue line.
He might have just ran out of space, too.
Still 1-1 here. 10:21 left in the second period. McKenna on the draw. Wins it back to Roman. It's going to come all the way around to Martin. Makes a little nice play for McKenna, but he can't quite get it. McKenna got slammed into the boards. Now Sip leaves it for his defenseman.
Gotta love that little play off the net like that.
Martin. Oh, works the puck up nicely. Probably Hinckley on the right wing.
Oh, look at these
Here he
hands.
comes, flying over the line. Loses the puck. Garzone just fires it back down in. And that's going to be called for icing. Garzone was a couple feet on the wrong side of the red line.
Oh, a little Sam Hinckley chant going on.
Fans love the freshman.
All right.
Flying all over the ice tonight. 9:49 left in the second period. Stam on the draw. Dedham able to keep it in the zone. Almost get a shot off.
Yeah, that hit the skate of Henry Hamlet, number 16.
Carruthers switches wings for Neat. Neat chips it off the boards and down in the zone, but it's going to be icing. A little too much mustard on that play for Max Neat. This line seems to be consistently drawing the assignment of playing against the Stam line. McEwen working the puck behind the net. Carruthers is on it. Stam now has got it, fighting for it behind his net with Chang. Chang with a nice play off his skate. Puck back to the point. Steck with a drive. McEwen trying to get it wide. Fired around in front.
What a save.
Neat finally skating free with it. Gets it to Chang, who's able to work it in the zone. Now it's fired out, and that's going to be icing. Dedham with a dangerous opportunity.
Yeah, big news broke today about the Boston Bruins goaltender, Tuukka Rask, finally going to hang up the pillows.
Retiring after, what, 13 years?
Something like that. I should know.
He was on the 11 team, right? That won?
Yeah.
Oh, back to the point, but it gets past the point, man.
Roman under pressure here.
Checked, and he loses the puck.
Staples him.
Sticked aside by Sip. Garzone fighting for it. Back behind the net. Oh, bodies flying everywhere.
Yeah, Sean Reynolds, number 22, coming out like a Tasmanian tiger.
Now Burke is able to lift it up and out. And they get chased down by Keogh, and he doesn't need to because it's icing.
Yeah, Sarnblad finished the check on him too.
McKenna line is back out there. McKenna wins the draw behind the net. Hamblett switches wings, but it goes right to Dedham. Centering pass from Stam, didn't find anybody. Center ice.
Catches it right out of the air.
Oh, what a shot. Ripped by Stapleton as he came in over the line. Nice save by Griffin Sip.
Yeah, that thing was marked for his helmet, I think. Right between the eyes.
Very steady with the glove, Sip, tonight. McKenna and Stam on the draw.
He got beat on that first one, but I think he's not going to let it happen again. Oh, big opportunity here.
Martin's got a breakaway. He didn't know it. Oh,
What
he gets
a
around another
deke.
player.
Oh.
Puck just gets away from him, sticked into the corner behind the net. Here's Hinckley. Hinckley's going to look to center it. He's getting checked in the corner. McKenna helps him out. McKenna with a nice move.
Whoa,
Works out in front, and his shot goes wide. Popeil keeps it in at the point. Martin broke his stick and dropped it. He's racing to the bench. Hamblett now fires that puck in. And Hinckley's able to get it in deep. Puck working around to the other wing, and Popeil pinching in, keeps it in. He gets off a wrist shot that goes well wide.
Yeah, I think it was deflected.
Now Dedham able to just bat it up the boards and down, and that'll be icing.
Wow, a lot of action going on here.
But still 1-1 as both goaltenders
Playing
been
well.
up to the challenge.
Yep. Oh, ref almost gives the wrong team the stick.
7:23 left here in the second period.
Was it like $200, $300 stick?
Yeah. Chang. He's got it in the corner. He and Carruthers. Now it's worked out by Cronin.
Oh, what a deke.
Here comes Cronin. Big strides over the blue line. Trying to work his way around the defense. Centers it. Puck deflected behind the net. Cronin's still on the case.
Yeah, Garzon played good D on blocking the pass.
He got spilled, and now Chang working the puck up for Neat. Gets by him. And that is going to be icing. No penalties so far in this game.
Yeah, pretty surprising.
It's getting slightly more physical in the beginning of the first period. But players still flying all over the place. What a win by Burke on the draw. Steps right around the other centerman.
Oh,
Tries to get
excellent.
around the D. And now we're going to have our first penalty of the game, a holding call.
Yep. That was Keogh.
Captain Keogh going to the box, 2 minutes for
Yeah.
holding. We get our first look at the DS Weston power play. Burke, what a move, won that face-off.
It's actually a decent penalty to take too, because you know Connor Burke is dangerous on those.
Yeah,
Good chance he would have scored.
definitely caught a little flat-footed.
Yeah.
As Burke just raced around his opposite number and was heading in on goal. Here's a shot now.
Oh! What a
Mark can't
diving
get that off.
block.
Burke now in the corner. Gonna play it back to the point. Garzone switches points. Martin. Oh, goes cross ice for Burke. Burke rips a shot.
Oh,
Trying to center it and covered up nicely.
man.
Two terrific saves from Cotto.
Absolutely.
Martin with a nifty pass from the right point over to Connor Burke in the left face-off dot. He ripped off a wrist shot.
Yeah, I think Connor wishes he kind of just one-timed that one instead of holding it, because this Dedham goalie got right back into position.
Burke on the draw. Marr fights for it in deep. Worked up, but Garzone keeps it in at the point. Martin gets it over to Popeil. Popeil, Martin, tough pass, but he keeps it in. Still has possession. So now the centering pass. Burke.
Oh, what a snipe! Connor Burke going to the fans after that one. Love to see it.
Took the time to settle that puck down.
Yeah, he fired
Cotto
that
slid across, but he still found space over his shoulder under the crossbar.
short side high.
Wicked wrist shot.
Wicked.
2-1 DS Weston now with the lead, 6:07 in the second period.
And Connor delivers again. He is a star on this team.
Power play goal.
Great pass there from Martin. Finding an open Burke. Bada boom, bada bing.
Martin playing terrific on that power play.
Yeah.
Now McEwen chips it in. McKenna racing in on the forecheck. Martin knocks it down. He's still out there. Hinckley got defense nicely. Now Popeil's able to keep it in. Fires it in deep. Dedham gives it away to McKenna. McKenna trying to stick handle out in front or center it. Loses the puck. Keogh out of the box now. Fires that up the left wing line. And
speedy.
here comes Benoit. He's in alone.
How did he save that? Oh my goodness.
Griffin Sipp, he looked behind him, but he had it underneath him.
Wow. Great effort there too from number 16, Ryan Benoit.
Waiting to see Benoit lift a stick and start celebrating. He never did.
I thought for sure that was going in. I don't know how Sipp closed his legs so quick like that. Terrific save.
Puck worked up and out now by DS Weston. 5:26 left in the second period.
Offside.
Offside here, delayed offside. Roman's back to get it. Now Steck chases that down. He's getting harassed by Carruthers. Neat into the forecheck. Puck is worked up and finally out. But Carruthers going to try to bat it back in, but instead it takes an unlucky bounce. Here comes Laughter.
Great defense. Twice.
Wow, terrific defense.
Nice check there.
Garzone shrugs somebody off. Now the shot at the point is deflected by Chang. Chang's going to take it 1-on-2. Trying to go right up the middle.
Chang!
Still alive. Oh, and he's hauled down.
Draws the
And a penalty.
That's a penalty shot, perhaps.
Well, he did not have a clean breakaway. But
Yeah, that's
what an effort by Chang.
right.
Going right up the middle.
Didn't
And
give
Stapleton.
up on that one.
No choice but to pull him down.
Yep.
And he will go to the penalty box for 2 minutes.
You feel shame. No, I don't know. That was actually another penalty that was probably better to take, you know?
Yes. Not a bad penalty. Now Burke in the corner. Back to Garzone. Wrists it from the point.
Ooh.
Gloved nicely by Cotto.
Oh, look at that. He's getting Dedham taking exception to, who was that? Garzone? No, sorry.
I think it was Burke, might have been in there.
Oh, yeah, that was Bert. No, that was Finn Mayer.
Oh, Marr, yeah.
Getting swarmed by Dedham players.
Andrew Martin went in to help out, but seemed to get swallowed up by those tall, dark jerseys.
Yeah, these guys are big, Scott.
Oh, nice turn by Burke. Now he works back to the point. Back into Burke again. In the corner, he's getting some help from Marr. Popeil's in front of the net. Now Marr tries to chip it out in front, gets past Martin. Garzone keeps it in nicely. 1:28 left on the power play. Back down into the corner, Martin. operating. Back to Popeil. Popeil lost the puck slightly, but now it's back to Martin. Martin over to Garzone. Into Burke. 1:13 on the power play. Shut it
What
out
a pass!
front!
Oh my! What a pass though by Burke finding Finn.
There's another shot by Burke, and they're banging out of the side of the net.
Oh, look at this.
No goal, says the referee.
Finn Maher
Cotto with some terrific saves.
getting scrappy back there.
Still a minute left on the power play.
Yeah, what a one-timer. That was like Ovechkin Pasternak is.
Ugh.
So close.
McKenna now on the draw. Puck is worked back to McEwen. McEwen comes back to him. Fires it down in deep. Skips around, but now McKenna's got it behind the net. He's looking at his options. Finds Hinckley. Now they work it back to the point to Roman.
Battling in front, Misako.
Sacco trying to get a stick on the ice. McKenna into the corner. They chip it out in front. Sacco can't get a stick on it. Now it's batted up and kept in. Hand pass.
Yep.
There will be a face-off outside the zone. 29 seconds left on the penalty.
I like what I've been seeing from the power play here for the Weston Raiders.
Pretty much kept it in almost the entire 4 minutes of the two power plays they've had. They got 29 seconds left on the penalty to Stapleton. Oh, hand pass all the way down in the DS Weston zone.
Meant to say DS Wildcat Raider.
Garzone now behind his own net. Trying to break out. Skates around a few players. Up on the left wing, here's Burke. Burke cut into the middle with a shot. Rebound out front.
God.
Still batted around. And now here comes Stam coming up the left wing. He's got a player with him. Stam with a wrist shot wide of the net. Short-handed bid by Stam. 5 seconds left on the power play. Reynolds is out of the box. Puck lofted at center ice. And a whistle for offsides, I believe.
We have 2:33 left in the second period, too. Raiders 2, Dedham Marauders 1. Why do I keep saying Raiders, Scott? They're the DS Weston Wildcat Raider.
Is that the official legal term?
I don't know. We haven't gotten word yet, but I mean, it sounds good to me.
Another broken stick. Chang going to the bench. DS Weston short-handed, but they able to get the puck out of the zone. Fired in by Dedham. McEwen. Some nice moves. Works the puck up off the boards. Can't connect with Carruthers. Now a shot from Cronin that goes wide.
Yeah, McEwen got a shin on that, I think.
Neat gets it out of the zone. Here comes Carruthers. Everybody stays on side. Puck worked down in deep. Sarnbladt's chasing after it. Overskates it, but it comes back to him. Puck worked out in front. Carruthers can't get a good backhander on it. Now Sarnbladt for Neat.
Oh my! What a chance! What a save!
Sarnblatt, what a pass!
What a pass!
Puck is now worked around. Roman pinching in. Oh, sorry, Hamblin pinching in. Puck is now cleared. McEwen's going to chase it down. Neat. This pass finds Stam. Stam back in over the line. Misfires on the wrist shot. Gets knocked to the ice by Hamblin. Hamblin behind his own net. Surrounded by forecheckers.
Yeah, Dedham came in.
Stam now wins the puck behind the net. He's harassed by Carruthers.
1 minute left in the second period.
Hamblin up off the glass and out. Dedham fires it right back in. McEwen's going to chase it down. Trying to catch him in a line change. Works it up and out. 46 seconds left in the period. Puck squirts away from McEwen, but he's got it behind his own net. Oh, nice move. Works it up to Sarnblatt. Off a skate. And Burke's going to chase it down. It's going to get covered up by Cotto.
Wow, Burke just doesn't stop on the play. Love to see it.
31 seconds left in the period. 2-1 DS Weston. Leading Dedham in a terrific high school hockey game.
Right? I feel like I'm getting some of this energy from just watching it.
End-to-end action.
Absolutely.
Burke bats that into the corner. It's rattled around. Just cleared out by DS Weston. That's going to be icing. 24 seconds left.
I still have been shocked that the goalie got that one on knee.
Oh, that was a one-timer. He just flashed across. That was awesome.
Unbelievable.
Couldn't do it any better than Max Neat did. He just got robbed.
Yep, exactly.
Stam in behind the net. Roman able to work it up and out. Dedham trying to get a shot off here in the last 10 seconds.
Okay.
Stam's in the corner. He's going to run out of time as Martin's got it and just fires it down the ice as time expires.
So at the end of the second period, DS Weston 2, Dedham Marauders 1.
Back with third period action.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 230,000 participants here in Massachusetts who take part in high school sports.
We are back for third period action. DS Weston leading 2-1. Two lines at the start of the game will be back out there. Connor Burke will take this face off against Brendan Stam, and we're back underway.
Bunch of action so far this game.
Campbell chasing that puck down, and apparently he was icing.
Yeah, I don't expect there to be any less action in the third.
Two teams have been flying. Burke and Stam on the draw again. Puck goes back to Hamblett at the point. He fires it down deep in. All kinds of forechecking in there on Cronin. Puck centered out in front, but nobody there. Now Dedham's able to clear it. Fired right back in by DS Weston. Marr on the forecheck. New ice. Puck's
What a pass. I'm impressed what I've been seeing from Maurer today. He's been making some great passes.
He is. Popeil chips the puck across ice. Burke back checking, but skating out with it is Keogh. Fires a backhander behind the net. Puck definitely seems to be hitting some puddles from the Zamboni and is getting overskated by players or mishandled by players.
I always hated that
McKenna
one.
gets past McKenna. Fired back in, kicked wide, but kept in by Dedham at the blue line. Nice play.
Ooh.
Now again McKenna. Kept in at the point, and that dangerous shot by Keogh through a crowd. Luckily went wide of the net for DS Weston. Cronin with a nice play. Now he gains the line. He's getting checked. Puck fired through by Doyle. That went wide.
A lot of traffic in front too. I think he was trying to use him as a screen.
Yeah. Puck now behind the net. Monahan and Hamblett battling for it. Pinkley now. Again behind the net. Popeil's got it. Smart play for Hamblett. And coming up the wing, but not out. Chip back in by Dedham at the point. Dedham's going to change their D. So this should help DS.
Yeah, DS having trouble breaking it out right now. Good pressure from Dedham.
Dedham coming out of the gates a little bit stronger. Now they get the puck and centered it almost for scoring opportunity, but here comes Martin and he just chips that puck down into the zone. DS Weston will change lines. Pinkley on the forecheck. He's still out there working with Chang. Now Hinkley goes to the bench. Chang going behind the net. He's out there in a line with Carruthers and Neat. Now that long pass, outlet pass from Dedham does not connect. We'll have an icing and a face-off. 12:23 left in the third period. 2-1 DS Weston. Burke line back out there, along with Stam line for Dedham. Garzone with a shot, goes over everything, but Roman keeps it in at the point. Sarnbot behind the net, he's got a little room to operate.
Oh.
Tries to center to Sacco, but
Yes.
knocked away by the D.
Yeah, Stapleton saw it all the way.
Centered again, cleared away by Dedham. Roman again back down in the corner, Sacco giving chase. Sarnbot behind the net, misses the puck.
Oh, Sacco finishes them off.
Sacco had no interest in the puck, he just wanted to check.
Oh, the fans are loving it.
Puck comes to Sacco on the right wing. He takes a bump. Stam trying to work the puck in over the line. Trying to get past Roman, working against Burke.
Oh my, that shot just tied it up.
Stam with a wicked wrist shot from a very tough angle. Somehow beat Griffin Sip.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough angle there, and that thing was marked for the back of the net. And the captain gets his team going again and ties this one for his second goal of the game.
2-2 now the score, 11:50 left in the third. Chang on the face-off. Won by DS Weston. McEwen lost it at the blue line. Now he'll chase it back behind his own net. Again, slightly overskates it. Chang and Carruthers working on it, but it gets back to the Dedham point. Chipped in, stick to side by Sip, and now worked up the left wing boards, but not out. Now McEwen backhands the puck behind his own net. Doesn't make it all the way to Neat. Now Papil will take over. This clearing pass also does not make it out, but now it's finally kicked
Oh, what a
out of the
kick.
zone by Papil. Papil now going all by himself, 1-on-3. He's rammed into the boards. Nice play there by the Dedham D. Dedham trying to skate it out of their own end now. They switch to the right wing, but there's nobody there.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like a fun time getting slammed in the boards from Kevin Cronin, the big number 10 out there.
Chang, who was back covering the D for Papil now, skates out to the red line. He gets hammered.
Yeah, big check
Fires
there.
that in, no icing. Dedham trying to work the puck out as DS Weston changes on the fly. McKenna's in there, he lost his stick. Puck is worked up and out, now Stam. He's got the puck down in the corner, he's gonna get chased down by Hinckley. Hinckley trying to check him, he and Papil. Puck is worked out in front. They're jamming at it, now it's in the corner, Hinckley trying to work it up and off the boards, McKenna's there. Dedham working on it, bounces off a leg. At the point, it's backhanded in by Cronin into the corner. Papil tries to switch wings now and
Stops the icing.
Dedham now rattles his puck in behind the net. Sip can't quite get it, trying to skate it out now. Comes to the right wing.
Nice.
To Hinckley. Hinckley with a burst of speed. Oh, nice play there. Trying to get around Keogh. Behind the net, centers it. Comes to Burke. He turns and fires and he missed the net. Nice stick lift there by Burke, giving himself an opportunity, but he shot it wide.
Nice check from Burke. Hits him off the puck.
Now Martin back behind his net. Trying to work the puck around to Sacco. Gets away from him. Shot in at the point and tipped dangerously, but wide of the net. Now Roman in behind the net. Dedham. Now Burke loses it. Roman and Monahan going at it. Monahan with a shot. Save. Puck still loose. And a penalty is called.
I think against the Weston Raiders.
Dedham exerting all kinds of pressure here in the third period. 8:41 left in a 2-2 game. And it looks like Sacco's going to the box for 2 minutes. So we'll get our first look at the Dedham power play.
This is huge here for the Weston Raiders.
We need a kill. McKenna on the draw. Puck comes back to the point. McKenna forechecking. Stan with that wrist shot over the net. Around the dasher. Skips off a leg, and Hinckley's able to fire it up, but it goes into the bench.
Yep. Into the DS bench.
So the faceoff will be in the DS zone.
Yeah, you got to think Brendan Stam, number 12, scores a lot for Dedham.
They got the 2 freshmen out there as forwards on this PK. Dedham possessing the puck, working into this Stam. He's on the right wing side.
He's got good size, too.
Circles the net, back to the point. Cronin.
Oh, what
back to
a
Stam,
play.
little give and go.
Oh, what a save.
Oh, and now McKenna's, Hinckley's got it. He's got a breakaway.
A speedy freshman. Oh,
Made
that
another
was
shot.
a penalty. No.
Still a save by Cotto. Short-handed bid for the freshman.
Yeah, I think McKenna saved that goal on.
Puck was just sitting
Yeah,
there
they're
on the
in.
line. Sip was totally out of the play.
Yep, and McKenna went and knocked it off the line.
Dedham couldn't get a stick on it. 1:09 left on their power play. Face off at center ice.
A lot of action here.
Nope, face off just outside the blue line. Burke on the draw. Dedham wins it. Comes across for Cronin. He skates into the zone. Working against Burke. Oh, turns and fires a wrist shot. I don't know
Whoa.
how Sip saw that coming, but he got a leg on it.
I know. How do you see that coming?
Totally screened on the play. Oh, now it's tipped in front.
Sip with another great save. Whoa.
Dangerous wrist shot in that someone got a stick on. 47 seconds left in the power play.
I can't believe that Marauder caught up to Hinckley and was able to get his stick like that.
I think that was Cronin that chased him down.
Wow.
Puck switches points. It's over to Cronin. He releases the wrist shot, but wide. Back to the point and kept in nicely by Steck. Down into the corner, Reynolds. Garzone going 1v2, wins the puck. Can he get it out? No.
Oh.
Now he's got it. Oh, what a play by
that
Sawyer
Garzone.
Garzone.
He's so strong.
Terrific hustle, never gave up. 16 seconds left on the power play. Carruthers on the forecheck. Puck hits off
that
Marr.
one hurts. Uh-oh,
Marr's
Mars.
hurt a little bit.
Cringing right
Circling
now.
the net. And a save, and it's tied up by Griffin.
Oh, Marr comes back with a cross check, and I think he's going to the box. Oh, no. Yep.
Not a very smart move
No.
for Finn Marr,
I think
as there were only 2 seconds left on the initial penalty, but now
right in front of the ref, too. Yeah, coaches are not happy about that one.
Dedham will stay on the man advantage. Cotto seems to be having an equipment problem. He needs timeout. Dedham goalie is over by his bench.
Huh. What is going on here?
Needs to retie his skate.
Oh.
So you gotta get that undressed to retie your skate.
Yeah, goalie equipment is it's fickle.
He's good at it though. He's getting dressed back up again. So 6:43 left in the third period in a tie game. Dedham will be on the 2-man advantage for 2 seconds, and then we'll have a man advantage for the remaining minute 58.
Not really what the Raider Wildcats wanted.
No.
No.
They're getting a little bit of momentum back by getting a solid penalty kill. But who knows, maybe they can keep it up and maybe even generate another shorthanded bid.
Yes. That is the good thing about being shorthanded, is that you cannot have an icing against you, so you can just clear it right the whole distance of the ice and kill time.
Garzone and Roman back out there on defense. Calvin Roman. McKenna will be the lone forward for 2 seconds. McKenna's been really good on faceoffs tonight. Ties that one up, and they're able to clear it up, but they clear it into the bench. But it does manage to kill 6 seconds. So now DS Weston, Sacco will be out there. 5-on-4 for Dedham. Dedham is able to win his face-off back to the point. Deflected off into the corner. Roman with a big swipe at it, but kept in at the point. Now Stam. Stam with a shot.
Whoa, dangerous. Sip closes the door on that one.
Sip flashed out his leg and pounced on the rebound. 1:43 left on the penalty. McKenna wins that draw. Roman slams the puck around the boards, but kept in at the point. McKenna fighting for it. Slid wide of the net. Sacco in there now, uses his body. Slams the Dedham player against the boards, but
God.
Dedham comes off the boards with a wicked wrist shot hot in the net. Puck comes back to Stam.
Might be a snapshot.
Worked in by Dedham and wide and up into the net.
Yeah, good defense there from Garzone, I think, getting a stick on that.
.114 left on the penalty. Cronin played a very effective left point for Dedham here on this power play. Puck one back to Cronin in for Stam. Stam with another dangerous wrist shot. Is deflected by Sip up into the net.
I think DS Weston needs to get a body in front of those, even though it's easier said than done, because no one wants to get in front of that.
He's had about 12 shots on goal tonight.
Yeah.
Puck cleared down by Hinckley. Cronin back to get it. 57 seconds left on the power play. Dedham skating it out of their own end. Hinckley
Oh, good.
with a nice check.
Yeah, great play there from
Trying to disrupt
Hinckley.
him and bats the puck back out to center ice. Great play by Hinckley. Dedham cycles it in deep behind the net. Roman, he takes a shoulder from Stam. Now
Coach,
Dedham's going to win the puck here, but there's Hinckley.
Coach has a lot of faith in Hinckley on the penalty kill.
Stam with a nice play, centered out in front. There's a shot and a save.
Oh no, Connor Burke went down to block it, and I think he hit his elbow on the ice. And he's grimacing, but he's a tough guy. Hopefully he's okay.
Getting to his feet. Benoit with a terrific opportunity out front.
That's the worst though, when your elbow pad slides and you take a digger like that into the hard, unforgiving ice.
.28 seconds left on the penalty. Chang wins the puck back from McEwen. McEwen with a big clear that gets past the point and down the ice.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Carruthers.
16 seconds left on their penalty here.
Nice harassment by Carruthers, but Dedham's able to keep it, but Carruthers forcing him to kill time. Down to 8 seconds left on the power play. So they had some scares, but it looks like DS Weston effectively killed these two back-to-back 2-minute penalties.
Yeah, that was huge, Scott. I was actually kind of worried.
Still 2-2, 4:36 left in the game. Both teams at even strength. Puck squirts out to center ice. Neat showing his speed.
Oh, almost with that
Puck
pass.
behind the net. Carruthers couldn't quite play it to himself or anybody else. Now it's out. McEwen's got it. McEwen dancing at his own blue line. In a crowd of Dedham shirts. Can't clear it. Nice play from Dedham, and nice wrist shot there from Pat Jane. Goes up and over the net. Now it goes goes to Neat.
Ooh.
Neat can't get quite past the defenseman, and here comes Cronin on the counterattack. Gets it over to Pat Jane. Pat Jane with a shot! Oh, just over the top of the net. Sip lost sight of it. Just carried a couple 2 inches too far if you're Dedham. Oh, and there's another shot in from the point. Saved by Sip. Puck off in the corner. Puck's now worked up to the point, kept in by Dedham. They rifle it in again from the point, tipped, but wide. Pat Jane can't get his stick on that. Neat, up the boards, and they're finally able to just bat it out of the zone.
Yep. No, the goalie stops the icing.
All kinds of pressure from the Dedham top line on that shift. Here they come again, trying to work the puck in. Skips to Stam. Stam looking to get off his wrist shot. Skated away by Garzone.
Yeah, excellent defense there from Hamblett.
Martin got a stick on that, and the puck goes up into the rafters.
Wow.
3:08 left in the game.
Whole lot of action.
McKenna out there with Martin and Hinckley. Puck cycle behind the net by Dedham. Hinckley. Now McKenna circles his own net. Getting chased by Stam. Gets away from him. Gets away from a couple players. Out to the right wing to Hinckley nicely. Hinckley get past his man. There's Martin with his wheels. Trying to center it. Oh!
Almost.
Centering pass deflected off a leg and had to get pounced on by Cotto. Line change for both teams. Face off down here in the Dedham end. Burke on the draw against Monahan. Ball, Burke again trying to go right through his legs. Get a shot off, doesn't quite get there. Hamblett comes right to Burke. Burke goes to the backhand. Oh, trying to get it over to Sacco. Shot doesn't materialize. Now here comes Dedham. 3-on-2. Stood up at the line. DS counter-attacking Garzone, trying to come up the right wing. He runs into a mess of players, and now he's able to clear it in deep. Behind the net, Cronin. Trying to work it up to his winger. Hamblett's there to knock it back. And now it's fired up and over the glass.
Wow. A lot of hits. A lot of intensity out here right now. Both teams want this win badly.
2:10 left in the third period. McKenna lines back out there. Back to Roman at the point. His wrist shot is blocked. McKenna in the corner. Comes behind the net. Hinckley trying to spin around right out in front. Cotto's there with his pad against the post. Hinckley still with the puck. Now Monahan tries, McKenna tries the other side. Tries to chip it up and over him. Can't quite get it. Hinckley. Left corner. Gets it to McKenna. McKenna behind the net. Centers it out in front. But right to a Dedham stick. Popeil trying to keep it in. Can't. But Roman bats it in. McKenna clears the zone. Lines change. That long pass does not connect. This will be icing. So the Burke line that's now out there will have a face-off down in the Dedham end with 1:26 left. Burke on the draw for DS Weston. Again, trying to go through the legs of his opposite number, but it gets out to center ice. Garzone and then Marr work the puck in deep. Sacco on the forecheck. Dedham works it out nicely. Can't connect with the winger now. Garzone behind his own net. Plays it off the boards. Finds Marr. Bounces away from Marr, but comes to Burke.
1 minute on the clock here.
Burke's got some forwards up front. Can't quite connect with him. DS Weston touches up. Puck behind the net. Kept in at the point. McEwen. 45 seconds left in the game. Dedham trying to work the puck up through center ice. Garzone stays with it. Now Burke. Hinckley's out there. Taken away by Dedham. 32 seconds left.
No, the deadly
there's
sniper.
another deadly wrist shot that Sip makes the save on. You knew that was coming.
Yeah. Luckily, Sip got to save that one.
Terrific save by Griffin Sip. In the final minute, we're down to the final 15 seconds. Hinckley with the last gasp. Gets away from him, out to center ice, batted around. 10 seconds left in the game. Here comes Dedham. 2-on-1, 5 seconds, and a shot! And a save by Griffin Sip.
Wow.
3.1 seconds on the clock.
Looks like this one's going into overtime.
Might have tried to slide that over to Stam if I was the
We'll
Dedham
see.
player, but that was a dangerous opportunity. Would have been a heartbreaker for DS Weston.
Yes,
3
it
seconds
will.
left. It's not over. See if McKenna can win this draw one more time. And he does. Batted around behind the net, and that'll do it.
OT. What a performance here from both teams.
Do they have overtime in high school?
I think so. 5 minutes. Maybe not.
3
I
on
don't
3? You're watching too much.
You might be right about that. I don't know.
But
Looks like it, right?
nobody's thanking the refs or congratulating each other, so I think you might be right.
It's weird that
I
all the
guess if everyone
fans
had
are
a tie.
leaving though.
Some of the parents were as confused as we were.
I know the fans are leaving too. So maybe they're just staying warm. I don't know.
They're not going to make new ice. Looks like there's going to be there's 5 minutes put back on the clock. So it'll be exciting.
Yes.
We'll sudden death overtime. Both goalies have played well, but Griffin Sip in that third period had to make a slew of saves and faced a lot of rubber.
Yeah, he did. He was getting peppered. Oh, all right. Getting ready for OT. Or as the scoreboard says, period number 4.
Both teams retaking the ice. Switching ends for this 5-minute sudden death overtime.
Oh, it's
Fans are back.
4 on 4.
4 on 4.
Oh, so I guess the fans just came down to the glass instead.
Connor Burke, I'm going to take the draw against Brendan Stam. Won by DS Weston. Worked up to Burke at the blue line. Room to operate, can't get around.
Nope,
Cronin.
Oh, Cronin sends him into the board.
And a penalty in overtime on Cronin as he collided with Calvin Roman. Cronin pleading his case, but to no avail. 2 minutes for holding.
That was funny. He was adamant about trying to throw him over the boards, and he is very upset in the penalty box visually.
He needs Nick Cotto to bail him out now.
This is huge
And the rest
here.
of his Dedham teammates. 4 on 3 power play for DS Weston. Burke draw back to the point. Roman has time. Switches over to Garzone. He walks in. Oh, that wrist shot is tipped by Sacco, and what a save by Cotto.
How did he just save that? Seriously.
Terrific save. That was an awesome play.
He's been making some outrageous saves today.
Cotto. Now Burke circles his net, gets away from Stam, gets up ahead of Steam, tries to gain the blue line. He's got a man wide open there. Oh, and then Sacco from Burke in overtime. 3-2, DS Weston wins it.
That was just amazing. What a win. What a game.
Connor Burke drawing a crowd as he always does and laid out that pass to a wide open Sacco.
Absolute excellent pass there for Burke.
One-timer. Cotto had no chance. Dedham again losing a 3-2 heartbreaker to DS Weston.
Man, what a game, what a finish.
Two teams gather near the red line to salute each other. Oh, they're going to actually do a handshake. Terrific effort from both squads. It was an awesome hockey game to watch.
It really was. And it was a pleasure bringing it to you today.
McDougal Fieldhouse on the campus of the River School in Weston. Wish everybody a good night. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.